Do psychedelics really help with addictions? That is the question. My name is Daniel and welcome to my YouTube channel. And before I start the video, it's a disclaimer that I don't encourage anyone to do anything, take any form of substances, despite, curing addictions is a positive thing. I just talk about it from a subjective experience and I kind of talk about three ways and aspects psychedelics made me feel in the past that I was like thinking, okay, this is it, this is why they have this reputation of curing addictions, because don't they? They really have this reputation. Me personally, I heard that the founder of the Alcoholics Anonymous had his 12 points of how to not drink alcohol, but he eventually took acid, and that's what really helped him to cure his addiction. And I knew a girl, my neighbor, who described herself as a coke bitch. So she liked coke and speed, and she took acid on a psychedelic festival, and that's what helped her to get over that addiction. So yeah, psychedelics kind of have this reputation. Me personally, I have the most experience with acid, so this is what I will talk about the most. But these three aspects, three ways these substances make you feel is very, very similar with all psychedelics. And the reason for that is they are all have something to do with the neurotransmitter serotonin. Serotonin is this neurotransmitter which is about, higher consciousness and feeling good and love and connectedness and, bigger control over your mind. So all these substances, all psychedelics have something to do with this neurotransmitter, either by being similar chemical compounds like acid or psilocybin, DMT, maybe mescaline, or creating surge in serotonin like MDMA. I do consider MDMA as a psychedelic, or binding to serotonin like 2CB. What else? And the reason I really can say that it has something to do with serotonin, because there is a completely legal supplement called 5-HTP, which is the precursor molecule of serotonin. And when taking that, it made me feel absolutely similarly, just in a smaller extent, like these substances. So, what are the three ways these things make you feel that might be the reason why they can help with addictions? So the first thing is they put you in the present moment, which is interesting to even describe. I had a video called 5 hours in the present moment or something like that when I took LSA, which is similar to LSD. And I was absolutely in this present moment. The thoughts in my mind just stopped. I had this complete silence. And what was happening in the present moment, what came into my senses, is what I experienced. It was complete silence, and I saw, the present moment and reality, so to speak. Because compared to this, what is our normal day consciousness? We are inside our mind, inside our thoughts, our feelings, and more importantly, when we talk about addictions, we are surrounded by our cravings. This is what we have connection with, not the actual reality and present moment. And I could make the example of being on a roller coaster. Addiction is a roller coaster. You are inside the roller coaster cart. This is your point of view of reality, and you always have a connection with one feeling or situation at the time, and you don't really see anything else. So how does the cycle of addiction looks like? So you feel bad, something bad happens in your life, or just general stress or boredom or whatever. You feel craving, you crave, then you give in. And any form of addiction like weed, pornography, alcohol, junk food, whatever. So you give in and it feels so good and you want more of this good because you're like already like attached to it. So you get more and more and more. And the more you get, the less good it feels. You start to feel, build up tolerance. And you reach a point eventually when you feel more of the negatives and the consequences of the situation. Like with weed, you just feel generally bad and you're like, or you lost money, you gained weight, whatever. So you see the consequences. Then you feel ripped off and cheated by your craving, and you decide never again. You decide to stop this addiction, and you have this big determination of stopping, which lasts for a while until the cravings and the feel bad and the stress overpowers this determination. Then you give in again. So this is the cycle of the addiction, with the analogy of being on a roller coaster. Like I said, you're in the cart and you either see the high or the low at one time, and that's all you see. And being in the present moment, being under the influence of the psychedelics, you got out of the roller coaster cart, you walk away from the roller coaster, then look back. Oh, okay, that is it. That is the roller coaster. This is what I do day by day. This is stupid. I just walk away from this. So this is the realization about addictions that you can have on psychedelics. And when you realize the stupidity of the whole thing and you walk away from the roller coaster, it's way easier. So that was the first aspect of it. The second aspect is, so like I said, it's a higher consciousness, which means somehow it's just the way it makes me feel. Seemingly, the part of your brain that responsible for consciousness seemingly gets stronger, and you feel stronger. You feel like it really makes me feel more confident, bigger than the world. And when I talk about bad habits or things that are bad for me, I feel absolutely pissed off and offended and angry about myself. Who am I, a little loser, to give in to these feelings? So you feel bigger than the world and bigger than the rest of your mind. You feel bigger than the mind that controls you and tortures you and tells you what to do. So yeah, I feel a lot of self-respect. I can feel like, oopsie, wishing the best for myself, which is not, falling back to addictions. So it's a lot of offendedness, anger, feeling of self-respect, and feeling strong enough to leave things behind and not let yourself pushed around by your cravings and addictions and the parts of your mind. You feel more confident and capable to move on and do something amazing with your life. Yeah, that was the second one. And the third one, serotonin. So it's serotonin is kind of responsible for good mood and feeling happy and feeling whole. So these substances, if the setting is good, can make you feel amazing, happy, full of love, and a sense of wholeness. And by wholeness, I mean that you're okay. You don't need anything from the outside world to make you feel better. So you don't need the subject of your addiction because you're already okay. You don't need more junk food. You don't need weed or pornography. You're just okay. You're full of love and happiness. Wholeness. Yeah, like I said. And if, like I said, I don't encourage anyone to do anything, but if someone does these things anyway, it's very important. If someone gets all these feelings from psychedelics, it's very important to think about neuroplasticity, because just because someone feels these feelings on psychedelics, it's not necessarily guaranteed that it's lasting. But you can increase the chances that it will stay lasting if you think about neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity is this fact that the brain changes every second with your every thought. What happens in the mind has an imprint on the brain, and the more you think about something, the more blood flows in the regions of the brain, and it sculpts the brain, and those feelings and ways of seeing gets more recallable by standard from your mind. So if someone gets the feeling on a 12-hour acid trip that he's like gets rid of this or that addiction, and he's like for several hours he just keeps this mindset, it can change the brain enough that mindset of letting go of the addictions stays in his brain, and eventually after sobering up it makes a lasting change. And like I said, obviously, since I don't encourage anyone to do any form of illegal substance, like I said, the completely legal supplement called 5-HTP, which is the precursor of serotonin. There is tryptophan and 5-HTP. Tryptophan is like more indirect, and I think 5-HTP you feel it more. So taking this legal substance can help with addictions. So when taken long term, when I take that just one pill a day, like for example with eating well for working out, I have a much greater control over eating well. So like I said, how high serotonin level, mimicking high serotonin level is kind of the reason behind why psychedelics kind of have these three aspects of feelings that eventually can help with being in control of your mind and not, seduced by bad addictions that ruin your life. Okay, so this is all for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave me a comment in the comment section. What addiction do you have? And I don't know, just did you find this video cool or helpful? Please subscribe to my other videos, check out my other videos, and well, I wish you an amazing day.